Well, good morning. Day 2 here in Kansas. We had an awesome day yesterday. We got to go fishing, caught a bunch of white bass here last night. Just a pretty relaxing afternoon. So we're back at it this morning, and it's a super exciting day for me because my bride gets here today. Normally she would come down with me when I come down, but our daughter started a new school, so she wanted to make sure she was being a good mom and be there for her, and everything was great. So so she is headed down here today. She was supposed to be flying, which is actually why I'm hunting the same area that we did yesterday, because it was easy to get out of here, easy to get back. Well, I got a text about half hour ago saying that she's on the road driving. So there's a little bit of a goof up with her travel plans. I'll let her explain it when she gets here. But anyway, she's driving. But I already committed to coming over here with Kent and getting him all settled in. And so he and I will be hunting the same spot, and John and JR are going to a different spot. So she's gonna hunt this afternoon, and she goes, when she calls, she goes, well, are you gonna not shoot birds this morning so you can hunt with me this afternoon? I'm like, no, no, I want to get out there and I want to hunt this morning. So I do plan on going out and at least sitting with her this afternoon. And who knows, maybe I'll have birds yet, or maybe I'll stop early. We'll see. But yeah, so that's the plan here today. So we're gonna get settled in. I brought Tucker. Now, Tucker did a great job yesterday, and I want to build off of that, which is why I brought him today. And then just himself. Sometimes if you run two dogs, especially two dogs that know each other side by side too much, there's going to start to be some competitiveness. He did so well yesterday that I don't want to regress from that. I want to progress from that. So just him. So it'll be one-on-one. Now, one thing that he did have a couple struggles with yesterday, and anyone that has dove hunted, you totally get this, but there were a couple times that he kind of ran over and wasn't picking up that scent, wasn't really 100% sure what he was looking for. And like we talked about yesterday, scenting conditions are absolutely terrible with how dry and warm everything is. These birds are very small, there's not a lot of scent, and obviously we don't train with doves, right? So this is something new. So I'm hoping to progress off that. So I'm going to be selective in the shots that I take. I really want to make sure that I'm taking shots that I'm hoping I'm not sailing a bunch of birds back into that long stuff that you guys saw yesterday. Hoping to keep things short to be successful. But he's going to have, I'm sure, a couple of retrieves where he's going to have to hunt and find something in an or less than ideal spot. So naturally. So that's the game plan here today, and we're going to get settled in. It's starting to get a little lighter over here. I think we can shoot here in about 15-20 minutes. So I'm all settled in here. I'm gonna go grab or I'm gonna go park, get Tucker, and then we'll head out here. So day 2. So we're out here flipping the Lucky Duck spinners on, and I turn around and look at this. See that sunset? See that young boy I've done all that work with? That is a pretty picture right there. I don't know, maybe maybe it's my old age, starting to get to me, but I'm just having more and more of these moments where I just kind of sit back and just appreciate this, like this right here. Here's a young dog that I've spent a lot of time with, and I really believe he is and can be very special. And now it's our first solo hunt to get together, just me and him, all this time, and everything that went into this. And then now you got the sunrise, again, just me and him. Watch yourself, you guys. It's not about piles. This is what it's about right here. Here we go. Tucker. Good boy, Tucker. Good boy, Tucker. Good boy. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good boy, buddy. So far, let's see, what time is it? It is about 7:40. We were about done at this time yesterday. Much slower today. But this dude has been great. I'm talking about you. He has been awesome. He's been steady throughout everything. He's been quiet. He's been composed. He's been everything I would ask him to do. He's marking very well. He's had, so we only have 6 so far, 6 of our 15. And but he's been doing really well as far as, you know, getting in the area. He's understanding what he's looking for now. That's one thing I think people take for granted, especially young dogs, but just dogs in general with these doves, is that it's just difficult. It's not the big pheasant. It's not the big duck, right? So a lot of challenges here, but we actually have some birds here. Hold on. That would be what we call a daily double. Good boy. Good boy, Tucker. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good. Good boy. So I fat fingered the sun there so you didn't get, oh gosh darn it. There's another one right over the decoys. So you didn't get the send there. Apologize. But it is getting warm. It's not even 8 yet, and it's still warm. So you see that sun that was behind us, because we were sitting kind of right there. And I moved because, you know, we have this big shadow that this blind is casting, and it just makes it so we don't sit there and cook. So gosh darn it. So our bird is flying. It's just like single here, single there. Certainly not what it was yesterday. So, but you can tell he's hot. You know, he's getting, you know, warm. So water, 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 and then just making little moves to keep him cool. It's not crazy hot, but he's doing a lot of work, and it's dry, and the sun conditions are just not great. So trying to do what we can to keep him cool. So one thing I do think is good to clarify, just stopped, you can see, you know, even though I'm saying, you know, he's hot, he's not hot. He's not to the point that, you know, he's in any kind of danger. He's not overheating, you know, nothing like that. I do think that's important because, you know, when you hear me say that kind of stuff, you know, it's easy to watch this and be like, well, why are you even out there, right? Like, I think it's like 72 or something like that right now. But it's the same as anything when you're sitting in the sun in dry conditions. You know, these guys especially, you know, they just get a little affected by it quicker than we do. So if it were to that point, I wouldn't be out here. So I feel very good. I feel very comfortable, and I'm with these guys every single day. So I really know how to read, you know, him, read them, and so I'm not at all concerned about it. So I do think it's worth clarifying that. But if it gets to that point, we'll pack it in. You know, a bird is certainly not worth, you know, him overheating over. So until then, we're going to sit in the shade and kind of clip away at these guys. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Good job. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Drop. Good boy. So it's getting warm. We're heading back to the truck, but I want to show you guys a pet peeve of mine, especially because of that right there. So as we head back to the truck, I just hate to seen like dogs just running all over the place. Like this is where they should be. We walk under control out, we're under control back, and then when we get back to the truck, tuck, good boy, good boy. They're the first thing we put away. I hate seeing when dogs are running all over the place because you think about a lot of the places that we hunt or we train. I mean, this is what it is. You know, you're by a road of some sort, and when you're distracted, putting your gear away, putting stuff up, and the dog is running around, that is just asking for an accident, and I just hate to hear stories like that. So so that's, you know, my thing is they are the last thing that we take out, and then they're the first thing we put back when we get back in. So today was great. You know, it is definitely getting warm. It's about 9 o'clock now. We ended up a few short, which I know if I stay here, we could scratch a few out, but I don't want, you know, to get too hot for one. I want to find somewhere this afternoon, buy some shade, maybe even some water. But then also Whitney's coming this afternoon, and I would like to have a few birds to shoot with her this afternoon. So fantastic day. I was super, super happy with Tucker. It's just one of those proud moments, you know, when put, you know, all this time and work together, and you go through all last season where he came out and he didn't get to go pick anything up, to watch everything come together. Yeah, I know one of my mechanic buddies, he said the reason he loves his job so much is because he gets to take something and watch his work kind of unfold in front of him. And this is kind of the fruition of that for me. And so it's really fun to see that. And any of you guys that have gone through this and trained your own dogs, you know this feeling. It's a very proud moment. I'm really, really, really happy, you know, with this guy. So we're gonna get cleaned up here. I'm gonna go pick my gear up, and then we're gonna get back. We're gonna hang out a little bit this afternoon, get Whitney here, and then make a game plan for this evening. Again, with it being warm, you know, we're gonna make sure, you know, we have shade, we have places that we can stay nice and cool. The dogs staying cool is obviously a major priority of that. So good stuff here in Kansas. So good start today too. Well, here we go, afternoon of day 2, and I'm excited because...
Hello! I made it! Purdie and I had a heck of a travel day, but we made it. We're so excited.
You have to tell the story of the travel, though.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, so I booked a flight for Purdie and I with United. I booked it all over the phone. It was going to be great. Purdie was going to have her first flight. It was going to go really well. It was an early flight, so we got up at 2:15 this morning, got to the airport. A little bit after 3, I brought her up to the check-in counter, and they go, "Is that the dog you're checking in?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Oh, well, we can only allow dogs that fit in a crate that goes under the seat, so we cannot have you on the flight with her." So in the car we go, and we drove the 9.5-hour drive down to Kansas because we were not going to let that stop us. But now we know that you cannot fly United that way with the dog.
Right. So you're here. Yep. Purdie's here.
Yep.
We're taking Purdie, and I'm bringing Tucker for 2 reasons. First off, to kind of finish off his morning, and the second reason is just more honoring work. So I'm really looking forward to this. It is hot.
Scalding.
So that is our the kind of the bugaboo here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we're in the shade. We are by some water, so the dogs can get wet if they have to. We brought a ton of water here, but at the end of the day, their safety is our #1 concern. So if it gets to the point that it's just getting too warm and the dogs aren't handling it, even getting wet, even everything else, I mean, we'll just crank up the truck, let the AC blast, and they can sit in here and we can retrieve our own birds. I mean, it's way less fun for us to do that.
You're going to retrieve all my birds.
But but it is an option here. So so we're going to pull in here. We're following our buddy Matt, who has a spot that he thinks that it could produce some birds for us this afternoon. And you know, at the end of the day, it beats sitting in the house and watching football. So as much as I love watching football, this is still better than that. So
fun.
Yeah. So
okay.
Whitney will get her first hunt, shooting the new gun, and
yeah.
So we'll go from there.
Awesome.
All right, so we're all set up here. One spinner there, one spinner here. We're on this little pond. Whit, Purdie, and Tuck. You can see you kind of went a little backwards here with the panel blind because it was more important to have shade. Oh, right there, Whit. Get that one. Get that one. Welcome to Kansas. Welcome to Kansas. Anyway, that's exactly what we're looking for, is them kind of passing, coming into this water hole. Actually, hey, 2 more coming right here. So Whitney and Purdie are having an absolute blast. Well, I shouldn't talk for you. Are you having a blast?
I'm having a blast.
And then this is exactly what I wanted for him. Just more time sitting, honoring, being steady. This is absolutely fantastic. So hopefully I'll get an opportunity to scratch my birds out as well. But this is perfect. It's only 5:28 and we've got a lot of time left. And this shade, I mean, I'm not even hot.
No, I'm not either.
I mean, this is fantastic. Really good way to do this. Keep scratching them out.
Good girl, Bird. Good girl. That girl, Bird. That girl. Good girl, Purdie.
Another good one, you guys.
Woohoo!
Well,
It was a great first night.
we are done. So we're gonna pack up and get out of here, go get some dinner, take care of the dogs. We had fun. I just absolutely love this time with just Whitney and I. It's just low pressure, not people around. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's awesome.
So how do you think Purdie did?
Purdie did great. Couldn't have been happier.
Yeah.
She's not trying to.
She's over there trying to be trouble.
She's like,
all
where are my
muddy.
birds?
She's all muddy and happy. So, well, I thought it was a fantastic day too, and get done with enough time to go maybe check another spot out and get ready for tomorrow. So, boy, Tuck. And just in case you guys did notice, I know someone's gonna notice. Yes, I did have my Hey Dudes on today. Had them on in the house. Forgot to change, but you know what? That's okay because it was very, very warm. So, here's to day 2.